Jean-Claude Camille Francois van Varenberg was born on October 18, 1960, in Berchem-Saint-Agathe, a suburb of Brussels, Belgium, to parents Eliana and Eugene van Varenberg. A shy, skinny, and fragile child, Van Damme struggled physically, a fact that would shape his destiny. His father, seeing this vulnerability, enrolled him in Shotokan karate at age 10 to build strength, confidence, and discipline. Within a few years, young Jean-Claude's dedication transformed his physique and mindset. He didn't just train, he dominated, earned his black belt in karate, won the middleweight championship of the European Professional Karate Association in 1979, took the title of Mr. Belgium in bodybuilding at age 18, a testament not just to power but to commitment, ballet, balance, and a unique edge. Remarkably, Van Damme didn't limit his training to martial arts alone. He also studied ballet for 5 years, guided by the understanding that flexibility and grace were essential for true combat excellence and cinematic flair, a choice that would later differentiate his fighting style on screen. This uncommon blend, raw martial arts strength plus balletic flexibility, became his signature, helping him perform the iconic splits and rapid aerial kicks that fans around the world would soon adore. After conquering karate competitions and bodybuilding stages in Belgium, Van Damme set his eyes on a new arena, the film industry. In the early 1980s, he appeared in a few low-budget European films, but it was clear to him that true success would require a leap of faith. In 1982, with only a suitcase and ambition, Van Damme moved to Los Angeles to pursue his Hollywood dream. The beginning was anything but glamorous. He worked as a limousine driver, took jobs as a security guard and fitness trainer. Yet even in these humble roles, destiny was at work. Chuck Norris once spotted Van Damme working as a bouncer at a nightclub, and this meeting helped Jean-Claude land small opportunities in the industry, essentially his first break into the Hollywood orbit. Van Damme's rise from extra to leading man is one of cinema's most iconic underdog stories. His first major cinematic impact came in 1988 with Bloodsport, an electrifying martial arts film inspired by the real-world exploits of fighter Frank Dux. In Bloodsport, Van Damme's performance wasn't just about battles, it was about heart. Audiences around the world resonated with his earnest intensity and breathtaking combat sequences. Bloodsport became a global box office hit, transforming Van Damme from a struggling hopeful into a bona fide action star virtually overnight. Once he had audiences' attention, Van Damme delivered a string of films that became staples of 80s and 90s action cinema. Cyborg, a post-apocalyptic blend of martial arts and sci-fi, Cyborg showed Van Damme's ability to anchor genre-hybrid films with gritty intensity. Kickboxer. Van Damme starred alongside Michel Kisai in Kickboxer, a story of revenge and redemption that helped introduce Muay Thai to Western audiences and solidified his status as a global action hero. Lionheart. A powerful tale of honor and family, this film allowed Van Damme to explore emotional depth alongside explosive fight choreography. Van Damme showcased his versatility in a dual role as twin brothers, an ambitious performance that underscored his rising star power. Universal Soldier. Matching wits and strength with co-star Dolph Lundgren, this film became one of Van Damme's most profitable global successes. His most commercially successful film, Timecop, blended sci-fi and action to spectacular effect, ruling box offices and cementing his mainstream appeal. Stardom, however, would not shield Van Damme from turbulence. At the height of fame in the 1990s, he faced serious challenges, including struggles with substance abuse, including cocaine and sleeping pills, and battles with mental health issues he later publicly acknowledged and worked to overcome. His personal life was equally tumultuous, marked by multiple marriages and public scrutiny. He's been married 5 times and has 3 children, with some of his family members also pursuing careers in entertainment. By the late 1990s, Van Damme's films began to struggle commercially. Movies like Double Team and Knock Off failed to earn critical or box office acclaim, and many of his later projects went straight to video, a sign that studios were no longer confident in his box office draw. This shift didn't end his career, but it did change its trajectory. Instead of worldwide theatrical blockbusters, Van Damme found most of his roles in niche action films, independent productions, and international releases. Van Damme's most remarkable artistic comeback came with his semi-autobiographical crime drama JCVD in 2008. Playing a fictionalized version of himself, he delivered a raw, introspective performance that critics praised as one of his best. He returned briefly to the big screen in The Expendables 2, playing a villain opposite Sylvester Stallone's ensemble cast, proving that even decades into his career, he could still share the spotlight with Hollywood heavyweights. In later years, Van Damme continued acting in a mix of films across genres from thrillers to voice roles in animated features like Minions, The Rise of Gru showcasing his adaptability as an entertainer. Van Damme's impact extends far beyond film credits. His legendary spinning 360 degrees heel kick and full splits became martial arts trademarks, inspired generations of action performers, and influenced iconic video game characters. At home in Belgium, a bronze statue was unveiled in his honor, a testament to his cultural legacy. In recent years, Van Damme has remained in the spotlight through activities beyond movie sets. Challenged boxer Jake Paul to a public combat match, blending nostalgia with modern sport entertainment, faced allegations related to human trafficking investigations in Romania, which he and his representatives have strongly denied. Jean-Claude Van Damme has also been active in conservation efforts, supporting animal rights organizations and environmental causes, a lesser-known but deeply valued aspect of his personality and public life. Jean-Claude Van Damme's life is more than a filmography. It is a testament to the power of resilience, transformation, and sheer will. From a small Belgian boy facing physical challenges to a global action legend known in every corner of the world, his story continues to inspire both fans of martial arts and cinema lovers everywhere.